Just focus the camera.
There we go.
Are you hope?
This guy is called...
Former Kiss 100 presenter Andrew KIBE was in trouble for exploiting an underage girl. KIBE reportedly fled to the US after the mother of the girl, who lives in the UK, threatened to take legal action against him when she discovered that he had a sexual affair with her daughter. KIBE's affair with the high school girl was exposed by Edgar Ober some time back after it emerged that the controversial radio presenter was cohabiting with her. Several videos and pictures were released confirming that the minor was involved with KIBE, plus a string of other older men she met on a dating site named Tinder. The videos immediately went viral, and the girl's family reached out to Edgar Ober to share their side of the story. The scandal had come back to haunt Andrew KIBE, who is currently enjoying a huge following and tremendous growth after he rebranded. Netizens had flooded to social media and called for his arrest. It turned out that Michelle ran away from home in July 2019 at 16 years of age after being involved in a heated argument with her grandmother. Her mother was working abroad, and her grandparents were raising Michelle at the time. She traveled to Nairobi, where she partook in sex trade to provide for her basic needs. One of her cousins informed Edgar Ober that the minor occasionally had relations with several celebrities from Kenya. However, 3 months after Michelle moved to Nairobi, she disagreed with her roommate and was kicked out of her house. She then went to Andrew KIBE's house, hoping he would offer her a place to stay. KIBE offered her transport money and told her to go stay at a relative's house. Michelle's cousin revealed that radio host Andrew KIBE was well aware of the young lady being underage. Late last year, Michelle was able to go back home and resumed her high school studies. Her cousin mentioned that she saw a change in her character once she got back from Nairobi. Michelle's mother is currently undergoing therapy because of the depression brought by her daughter's disappearance. She was still thinking of what action to take on Andrew KIBE, as it is an offense in Kenya to sleep with a minor. She stayed with a university student who introduced her to sex trade. It went on for 3 months while her mother and grandparents were looking for her. End of October, she had a conflict with her host and was chased away. She called KIBE, and he paid for an Uber to his place. She thought KIBE would let her stay, but he gave her fare to go to a near relative, said the cousin. Radio presenters Kame Goro and her co-host Andrew KIBE had been sued by their former employer, NRG Radio. According to sources, the duo that hosted the NRG's Radio Breakfast Club show had been served with court papers after they were reportedly poached by Kiss 100 and prematurely terminated their contract. The KenyaLaw.org website showed Kame and Andrew's case hearing, which was on Friday, June 28, 2019, and was preceded by Hon. Lady Justice H. Waso of the Employment and Labor Relations Court. According to KIBE, who was Kamene's co-host at Kiss FM and NRG Radio, she realized that time is not on her side when she turned 30, and that is why she had been posting videos and photos with her alleged boyfriend DJ Bonds. Did you think you would ever see Menja's boyfriend? Before she turned 30, did you think you would ever see her boyfriend? No, because there was no desperation. 30 had a way of shaking women. They shake a lot when they get to 30. They go into full panic mode. Every time a woman goes above the age of 25, she morphs into something else. Women have this transition. They always transition from one thing to the next. By the time they get to 18, they transition. They pull off that shade of nonsense and they get a new covering, he stated. Further, he stated that Kame could have just picked anyone to show people that she had a partner, adding that she had been freaking out. This woman can go and take anything. Any taka from anywhere just to parade that idiot in front of people. I thought you were bringing an Adil here. What is this you are bringing? Get me a Frankie, not this nonsense. Notably, this is not the first time that KIBE had publicly attacked Kame. In January this year, the voluptuous lass revealed that she had to block him because he became too toxic. Speaking during an interview with Dr. Ofwenek, Kame stated that she tried to keep their friendship alive after they stopped working together, but she could not because of his constant attacks. I don't miss KIBE. Recently, I tried to maintain our friendship after we stopped working together, but he just became really toxic of late. He had been out of the country and I have no idea what is going on. When he started attacking me and dragging my name into his mess, I was like, yo, I am just here minding my business, Kame explained. KIBE, who is known for his carefree opinions that are often filled with vulgarity, reacted after photos surfaced online showing him praying and preaching among prominent pastors. He said he had wanted to become a pastor under the tutelage of, among others, his friend Pastor Robert Burial. The Kiss FM presenter admitted that despite his plans to become the greatest pastor that ever lived, he failed to qualify because he was too outspoken. He said he was not good enough and hence was not promoted to become a pastor, adding that the church pastors did not like his outspoken personality. Asked what led him to change from a Christian preacher to a man with seemingly extreme anti-Christian beliefs, he said the transition happened while on a working trip in India. KIBE said spending several years in India changed his views on religion and decided to be real. The radio presenter said unlike Christians, he found Indians to be good and humble, and admired the fact that they did not bombard anyone with their religion, an experience that changed his life. When he returned to Kenya in 2016, KIBE was a changed man and started a Facebook video column where he spewed his opinions, mostly about women and alcohol. He had since amassed a large audience from fans who find his view real and which helped him transition to radio, starting out at NRG Radio and later headed to KISS FM.
That guy starts as a guy in church, and then before long he's playing drums, and then now he's being called Pasi. Then now he's called full pastor. Then after pastor there's going to be reverend. Then after reverend.
Content creator Andrew KIBE had responded to a viral video of singer Size 8 exorcising demons in people in church. KIBE, known for his direct criticism in matters surrounding our celebrities, said there is an increase in fake miracles and preachers in the country. KIBE said pastors should preach reality and avoid theatrics preaching in church. If you see people praying and speaking in tongues, run away for your life, he said. According to KIBE, the God he serves is not a chaotic one that accepts to be shouted at. If I can't allow you to speak to me in that manner, what about God? If they have long praise and worship sessions, run. If they are performing miracles, run. If they are preaching the Bible, leave. This is since they are not preaching about reality, he said. KIBE then shared his experience as a churchgoer, or rather a pastor. I used to be those guys. What happened? I kept wondering why I was not feeling the vibe I saw people in. I went from church to church hoping that one day I will feel the same and even cry. I used to wonder what my problem was, he narrated. I came to realize it's fake. I even attended Benny Hinn's crusade at Uvaru Park in 2009. He made a lot of money that G4S security came for him after the crusade. I was there and this guy had the biggest speakers. I had never seen that. He removed his coat and as the music was playing in the background, it was in the evening and only his voice could be heard. I feel the presence of God right now. KIBE said he stood still, eyes wide open, expecting to feel the Spirit. At that moment, everyone is anticipating. Bro, everyone wants to feel that presence of the Lord. We were expecting it since they had promised us that the Spirit was going to take away our problems and give us jobs and heal our physical issues. I am there very skeptical. My mom and my sister are in front there and the place was full to capacity. KIBE said most preachers make money as they pretend to perform miracles. Imagine the collection he did. In the end, after he had whipped us all into like a trance, I wanted to see with my eye. Then in a loud voice he said touch, almost breaking the speakers. Everyone was so shocked and they started falling and the rest follows like dominoes. I was like, no, stop. I did not feel the touch. I felt him saying touch because the speaker was very loud, but I was like, what is happening? Then they got a string of people who say they have been healed. It is hypnosis. KIBE then asked men to avoid being fooled and asked them to protect their wives from falling into such temptation. Women fall for this thing over and over again. Today is this church and tomorrow is another one, and men there will take advantage of them. KIBE then alleged that there are so many fake pastors in the country and people should avoid them.
Bala, to go serious. Now listen, this woman is talking in tongues. So tongues are supposed to be a spiritual language. Tongues are supposed to be a spiritual language. To the fake prophet. Fake prophet, are you here? Yes, he's here. Fake prophet.
Blowing a trumpet from 2019 until now.
Nimekuwa nikipiga tarumbeta kuanzia mwaka 2019 hadi leo hii.
Telling Kenya that I see bloodshed coming in the 2022 election.
Nikiambia Kenya ya kwamba ninaona umwagikaji wa damu.
Maybe we might not understand this whole video, but if a prophet goes out there and prophesies, and that prophecy does not come to pass, what are we supposed to do to him? Uni KRG. Hey, KRG, si you accept kihara imekam, Buddha. Si you accept kihara imekam. Accept kihara imekam, Buddha. Huwezi kuanza kufunga nywele hapa hivi katikati ya kichwa. Nika DJ Mo, unajua ule DJ Mo wa gospel Ali accept Kihara imekam when it's too late. That time ameshikilia tu dread hapa nje hapa chini anakaa ule msoa predator.
Hii hapa ni mawaidha kwa KIBE. Sitaki kutusi KIBE kwa sababu ninaona nikimtusi old dog that cannot learn new tricks. Wanaona ni kama nimemkejeli ama ni mzee sana hawezi understand, lakini nataka tu kwanza nimpe wosia. Babu yangu aliniambia hata wajinga uzeeka. Umeelewa kenye nimesema? Kwa hivyo unaweza kuwa uko mzee kwa umri lakini kwa kichwa ni uji iko ndani. Sasa
ukiona the Pluto mwambie nitalipia DNA. Ukimwona tu hivyo mwambie KIBE amesema atalipia DNA. How madams wajinga, they know the seed they go for. Hata mtu wa the Pluto anafanya DNA quick fast akishatoka tu.
Mimi naweza mwambia concentrate na wazee rika yake. Rika yake ako 40? Ako 50s. Huyu jamaa alivai siasa akaanguka, akaenda kwa pasta, akakuwa pasta, akaanguka, akaoa, akaanguka. Sasa bado unajua mimi nasemanga aje, kama mtu hajaiza, si ndio, haizi kupatia haizi kuambia uchungu wa kuzaa mtoto, si ni kweli? Kama mtu hana relationship yenye ni stable, atakuja aje kukuadvise venye unafaa kukaa. Si kwanza yeye akae na wake ndio kuja niambie venye anafaa kukaa na Feli, si ndio? Kwa hivyo mimi naweza mwambia KIBE, project your anger to your age mates, men of your age. Stop looking for kids like me. Wako cloud chase na watafuta wazee rika yako bana.
Even the Bible says there's a time for everything, brother. There's a time to party, there's a time to chill, there's a time to work. Problem is, in Nairobi, we got caught up in the partying and in the enjoyment, and we forgot about everything else. So now what we do is we work to get money to party. You see the difference? We work. Like now today, if somebody on a Friday gets 2,000 bob, 2,000 bob imeisha. Hiyo ni ya weekend kupepea. 2,000 na disappear hivyo. Hajafikiria kuna kitu ingine ya maana anaweza fanya na hiyo pesa. I was that guy.